Hi everyone, this is Matt Archambault from TutorialsOnline.com. Now this video is going to dub as two things. The first part of this video is going to be a YouTube clip, and so I just want to share with you guys a tip of the week, and then I will say goodbye, and then I will complete this chapter 4 of this anatomy tutorial. Now the anatomy tutorial that we're working on today is anatomy lesson number 15, and it's all about the muscles of the upper arm. And I've introduced this new thing to TutorialsOnline.com. It's basically a video critique. So people upload their drawings to the gallery, and once a week I do a video critique of everyone's drawings. So in a nutshell, why am I doing, what is this drawing tip of the week all about? The most offensive thing in terms of what people do with their drawings, I'm saying offensive in a very funny way, is that they do like this really static and stiff outline. And part of the reason, why do I have this beautiful woman up here on my YouTube clip, I'm going to be drawing in a second, is that they draw someone who's really normal and really beautiful. Now when I say normal, I mean that, you know, you don't see, like, they're not super cut. Like, they're not like exercising a million hours a day, and they're not, you know, starving themselves, so you don't see every muscle in their body. They just look really pretty and really normal. And so when you look at this arm over here, you know, you do that simplistic outline because you really don't see much information on the inside of the arm. So when I mention a lot to my students, hey, you know, you got to do a convex here, they're like, huh? You know, convex where? I don't see anything over here. Then you combine that with doing like a front light, and so front light is going to really make everything look really simplistic. So I'm going to take this picture off of the video screen. Now if this is going to annoy you that I'm drawing without the reference in the picture, well, if you're watching this on YouTube, visit my blog. It's drawing-tutorials-online-blog.com. Go there and just click on that post, and you will see there's a link right under the video to the blog. You'll see the photo right underneath the video, so you can watch me draw looking at the photo at the same time. But right now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to lift this thing way up. Okay, so it's off the video screen, and I'm going to draw to the left because the rest of the anatomy lesson is going to be right over here. So basically, this is what happens. You have a beautiful model, and what you do is you come on in and you do this drawing. And where am I on the video screen? And you do that outline. Okay, fine. And then here's her shoulder, and then you come on in, you do a little measurement. This is the inside of her bicep, upper arm area, and then that kind of bows out her elbow, and then her forearm comes down. So what you have is a contour line drawn, and you have a lot of concave lines. Here's a concave, here's a concave, and you have nothing on the inside. So you see like a little bit of tone over here at her elbow, so you put like a couple lines over there. That's better than nothing. But you know, now if I saw you do a drawing of an arm and it looked like that, and probably on YouTube you can probably even barely see what the heck I'm doing, so let me start to press down a little bit harder, I'd say, hey, wait a minute, this drawing looks too simplistic. You're drawing on the edge, you're drawing on the contour. Let's draw on the inside of the body. But you know, you say to yourself, I don't see anything on the inside of the body. Well, that's why we have anatomy lessons, and that's why you need to go to Barnes & Noble's or any bookstore and buy a book on anatomy. I'm a big fan of the Bridgman. Anything by Louise Gordon has a book out. There's Sarah Simblett, I believe, has a book out on anatomy. Get any anatomy book. Any book is going to be better than no book. So then you can say, all right, I'm drawing this model. She's got front light. She isn't super cut, even though she has like a really perfect normal body. So I need to use my imagination, and I need to use some anatomy skills that I don't see, and I'm going to put in some light phantom line. So maybe this would be a convex, and now I've got a light phantom line over there, so I start to hint at a little bit of deltoid. And then I can come on in and I can say, well, she definitely has a bicep somewhere over here. So I'm going to put in a very light kind of faint line for where I feel her bicep might be, and I might shade that way. So now we're taking this out of contour mode and we're bringing it into some kind of, you know, shading on the inside. And it's not even like you have to outline every one of these muscles. I would, you know, guard against that, but you want in some strategic locations to give yourself like this shading line, or you can do a phantom line. The reason why I call them phantom lines is because you can barely see them like a phantom. All right, so you know, you put in some very light phantom lines over here, and then you could separate muscles with some of this interior line. So we have our two tubes on this forearm. We have a tube of extensor muscles, and then we have a tube of flexor muscles. So, you know, you can do even something like that where you kind of give me, I don't necessarily like the way that's looking right over there, but any hint of anatomy will totally help your drawings and take your drawings out of that contour line where it just looks so simplistic. Now, if we want to try to push this a little bit more, make it a little bit darker for you YouTube viewers, we can do that. What we spoke about on this anatomy tutorial is where these heads of the bicep attach, you know, right behind this bicep there is this muscle called a brachialis, and where these things attach and how you want to draw all of them. I think, again, I know I've done a YouTube clip on this maybe a year ago, or I don't remember, but anatomy is fresh on my mind, and this may not be the most endearing YouTube clip that I've ever done, but I just want to impart to you guys that you have to not just do those contours, you have to study anatomy, and you have to put in these phantom lines. And the more you do, the more anatomy you know, the more you know what to do with all this. I'm looking for some drawings so I can just share with you. So here's an example of anatomy. So I'm just talking about some of the bones and muscles, and then I'm talking about the form. You know, it's not necessarily the most important thing for you guys to know every single term. You just need to know, okay, this upper arm has 4 basic muscles. You have your deltoid, you have your triceps, you have your brachialis, and then you have your biceps. So if you know that, and then you combine that with your generic form, it's round on the top, it's square at the bottom, I think that's going to be really, really helpful. Okay, now just one side note to this YouTube clip. Let me just kind of keep this drawing up for a second, and let me just chat for about 30 seconds. We're in August right now. I believe it's August 4th. Yeah, my calendar. Where's my calendar? It's August 4th, I believe. And for those, how many students are out there in YouTube land right now and on drawingtutorialsonline.com? What you guys want to do is now in August, you want to zig when everyone is zagging. If you're going back to college and you know, you're going into second year of college, or you're going into first year of college, and you're going to some type of art school, now you want to start drawing. You don't want to get too relaxed in the last month of summer. You know, every day, 15 minutes a day, go buy an anatomy book from Borders or Barnes & Nobles or Amazon, wherever you want to get it, and draw one drawing out of that anatomy book a day. Just one drawing, study one little section. You will go back to college and you will kick serious butt because everyone will be in vacation mode. So you don't waste the first month of, you know, classes trying to play catch up with your eye-hand coordination. You're going to kind of zoom into all the new teachers that you have for life drawing, for anatomy, for painting, and all those things that you're going to take. So that's the second part of this drawing tip of the week. Definitely start drawing now if you're going back to school. So we are going to say goodbye now to all of the YouTube viewers, and thank you. And I will do another YouTube clip soon that is a little bit more drawn, but I just want to share with you, don't do, when you have a model like this who's really pretty, but you know, when you look at that arm, you see nothing on the inside. This is where anatomy is huge. You know, let's do a quick comparison and then we'll move on. Look at this model, okay? Basically, look at how chiseled his arm is. And you can see triceps, you can see bicep, you can see the deltoid because he's cut that way, and not every model you draw is going to be this way. Sometimes you're just going to have a real pretty normal looking model like that where they're not flexing their muscle and they're not cut at the same time, so it's really hard to see what's going on. So you just do that contour line drawing, and then your drawings look a little too simplistic. So just go get that anatomy book. That's enough talking. Thanks for watching the YouTube clip. Now we're just going to kind of dive right on into our last chapter here of this anatomy tutorial. And